Are you a woman who struggles between doing and being? And what I mean by that is you tend to overdo things, overgive, and not give enough to yourself. Hi, I'm Annie Mood, and I'm a stress management coach. And I understand what you're going through, especially if you have a nurturing nature where you tend to look after people, your children, your husband, your parents, and whoever else it may be, your friends even. Now, the problem with that is we can overgive and not give enough to ourselves. And that's when we become out of balance. So we become out of balance with our nurturing feminine energy and our masculine doing energy. And we've all got masculine and feminine energy, both males and females. But I know this particular video, I'm talking mainly to women who are feeling that out of balance. And the reason why I'm talking to women is because the feminine energy is on the rise at the moment, and we can see it all around us. We can see it through the way we feel. We can see it through politics. We can see it all around in the world where women are stepping into their power and starting to do an even bigger balancing act of home, children, and family, and business or work. And what that's doing right now is we can end up in that extreme masculine energy. And when we end up in an extreme masculine energy and we don't balance our energies, that's when we step into stress. That's when we start to feel stress. That's when we feel like, we are in this struggle, like I've got to do, I have to do, I have to do. The minute you feel like you have to question that belief. Start questioning that belief of why you have to. Who says you have to? Is it past, authority figures? Is it parents? Is it society? Who is saying that you have to? And as women, if we're going to be stepping into our own power, we've got to learn how to balance between being and between doing. We need to balance our energies in order for us to be the best selves, to be our best selves that we can be. And I understand this because I can tend to get into my doing energy too, especially if you're running a business, right? You know that there are certain actions that you've got to do in order for things to happen, in order for things to work, in order for things to move forward. But what does it mean to be in your doing energy and your being energy? Your doing energy is the actions. Okay, it's all the actions that you've got to take in order for your business to work, in order for your household to work, in order for your job to work. Being is all the things that you've got to take care for yourself in order for you to work. And that's the important thing. If you don't work, nothing else is going to work. So how important, on a scale of 1 to 10 right now, just think to yourself, how much do you give to yourself compared to how much you give to others? Now, I've worked with many women in business and who are parents. And when I ask that question, they're quite shocked with themselves. They're like, oh, I give 90% to the family, to the business, to homeschooling. And as an example, and I only give 10%. Actually, I had a client who said to me 98 and 2%. And that was a shocker for her. So if you don't take away anything from today's video, just take that 1% away first for yourself today. Like, what percent do you give to yourself? And when I say to give to yourself, I mean in terms of your nurturing. I don't mean in terms of, pleasure or self-care. I mean really taking care of that inner child, of who you are inside, what you want, what brings you joy, what, even if it means sleeping, do you give yourself enough time to sleep? because the minute you are out of balance with your masculine and feminine energy, that's when your stress levels are going to increase. That's when your body is going to start to warn you, right? It's going to start to warn you through headaches, through, maybe feeling like you're out of breath, or anxiety. It's going to warn you through back pains and leg pains and knee pains, whatever pains it is. And all of those when you experience any sort of pain, when you experience any sort of discomfort in your body, you need to stop and analyze it. And it doesn't have to be, you have to sit, you don't have to sit there and journal and so on, but you do need to stop and think, hey, what's going on? Why have I hurt my back? As an example. Now, I know if I experience back pain, there's a thought running in me that I'm not being supported, that I'm not being supported. And if I'm not being supported, that means I'm too much in my masculine energy. So you learn what your warning signs are. That means I'm too much in my masculine energy and I'm not giving enough to myself. Now, I run a community called Lighthouse Mastermind, and you learn all of these things about yourself so you can be the best you want to be in your business, in your home, in your job. And it is all about, I think stress management is all about learning about yourself. Not what society told us to be, not what our families have told us to be, not what our cultures tell us to be. It is about you and getting to the core of yourself. We all are different. We all manage our energies differently, and we've got to learn about who we truly are and not who the altered self is, right? We all have an altered self. It's like a shell which is around us, which is all our programming. And look, there is no judgment here. This is how society has been. This is how life is, right? You get programmed where between the ages of, up to the age of 7, you're like in a hypnosis state. So a lot of your programming is completed by that stage, but also it's how you perceive things, how you perceive what people say to you, how you perceive, so sometimes it's just how your brain gets wired. So in our Lighthouse Mastermind, we learn about all these things, how we perceive things, whether it's true or not true, whether it's something that we need to drop, whether it's serving us, or whether we should keep it. It's about learning about your core beliefs. The minute you start to learn about your core beliefs and you know what's running the show in the background, then you can change your stress levels. You can start to manage your stress, and you can start to make life work for you and bring your life into a balance of masculine energy and feminine energy. And I know when it comes to manifesting, I'm the type of manifester where I think about something that I truly want, and then I've got to let it go and wait for the synchronicity to come before I take the action. Now, some people are the opposite. They think about what they want, they take the action, and then wait for the synchronicity in order for it to plan out or unfold in the way that it needs to. So balancing those two acts, your masculine energy and your feminine energy, just being your feminine energy needs to come to the forefront even more. Sometimes we think we are in our feminine energy when we are nurturing, when we are cuddling, when we're caring. But that is a doing energy, because you're doing that for someone else, right? Your nurturing energy, your feminine energy, is what you're doing for yourself. What you're doing for yourself, you fill your cup up, you put your mask on first, then you can expand your feminine energy out to others. And honestly, they would feel it. They will feel your nurturing energy. Even your kids will feel it. And then you are more giving from a full overspilling cup than from an empty cup or half full cup. So today's talk or video is all about knowing your own energy and understanding your energy and knowing whether you are out of kilter, whether you're out of balance with your masculine and your feminine energy. And we all have both. Just remember that we all have both, right? But as the feminine energy is on the rise, we've got to be mindful that we are nurturing our feminine energy, and we are bringing that to the forefront instead of only doing energy. And we need both. We need both. We need it to be in balance. We need it to be in balance so that this world is in balance, right? So our children have a more balanced future ahead of them. It may be generations, but remember that we are, children learn from us. So they learn through us being role models. They're learning from us how to balance their energy as well. So when we talk about self-care, I think that is part of self-care. That is part of nurturing ourselves, nurturing our inner child as well. So if you are interested in our Lighthouse Mastermind community, it's a community for business owners who are looking to manage their stress, build resilience, and really increase their focus. But all of these other little things that we talk about in the videos is also part of what our community learns about. Okay, because it is part of stress management. I believe that stress management is not only about doing something after you feel stress. It's more a preventative measure and learning about ourselves. I'm a teacher, and I know 100% this is not taught in schools. And I think if this is taught in schools, we'll be able to manage our stress much better. So, but we have to start somewhere, right? And now's the time to start. Now's the time to understand stress management. Now's the time to understand anxiety and mental health and so on, so that we can bring ourselves into balance. All right, so I'm going to leave it there with you. If you are interested in our community, then just type in PDF and I will send you a PDF. You can have a look at what we've got to offer, and then we can take it from there. We can get in contact and take it from there. So if you like this content, please give us a like, subscribe, so that you get notified when I put more videos out. And I'm wishing you a very balanced day today.